Good morning. Keeping an eye on the radar this morning with some potent rain, especially in some parts of the Litchfield Hill. We'll talk about it coming up.
Also, right now at 6 o'clock, significant job cuts coming to a local school district. The Board of Education finalized a budget with a bigger cut than what some were already expecting.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock. Good morning. Thanks so much for starting your Thursday off with us. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning, everybody. As you can see, rain's the big story of the morning so far. So let's get right over to meteorologist Matt Scott. Matt, good morning.
Good morning to you. Talking about most of you getting some steady rain. Some of you, though, have seen some pretty strong activity over the last couple of hours. We'll talk about that, show to you in the radar in a moment. Here's what you need to know before you go. Rain and downpours for some of you for the early part of the commute. It's a slow clearing. Humidity will be drying, and in the 7-day forecast, weekend's looking fantastic. We just got to get through this batch of rain and we'll be good to go. Radar picture will start the tour up in the Litchfield Hills where you can see some moderate to heavy rain across some parts. We'll start focusing right now on a couple of pockets of really heavy stuff along 44 into Winstead, Winchester rain. Rain has been pretty heavy up in Norfolk and Canaan. As we head down into Sharon, another batch of some heavy rain along 41. Cornwall, you're next on the list. Actually, you're getting some of it now, and as you can see, as it pushes off towards the east very slowly, and that's the problem. We'll be looking for more heavier rain in Norfolk over the next couple minutes. Take a look at the spin, and here's the issue. The system itself is moving out, but it's taking just a little time longer than we'd like, as especially you could see that heavier band kind of just spinning right over the Litchfield Hills for a prolonged period, and that leads to the potential for some isolated flooding. That said, as we show you hour by hour, by about 8, 9 o'clock, things are looking much quieter. We'll be done with this, and we'll clear it out, let sunshine come out, and set up for a really nice weekend. So rain now, but mostly cloudy conditions as we get the sun to poke out later on. Temperatures only, only near 70 degrees, so a little struggling to say the least. Talk about it all, including a big warm-up on the way. See if there's any rain coming back. That's coming up in a few minutes. Rain's causing a lot of trouble out on the roads already. Rachel's got to look at something big down in Fairfield County.
Hey, good morning, Matt. Following a jackknife tractor trailer 95 northbound. But the southbound side is looking slow now as you're traveling from Bridgeport to Fairfield too. So let's take this full so folks can see it. There's that jackknife tractor trailer located in the right lane. So the two right lanes are blocked this morning right out by exit 19 through about 21 with delays that are building in the area again on that northbound side of 95. However, there will be some issues on that southbound side too. Otherwise, we do have a couple of road closures to tell you about this morning over in Danbury now. Route 202 Miller Plain Road, a portion of that is closed this morning due to trees down on the roads. And then we also have this closure in Bloomfield. It looks like it has reopened. So the portion of this was closed due to a transformer fire, but it doesn't look like we have that purple on the map. So this may have reopened. So good news there in the Blue Hills area. Middletown, West Hartford, New Haven, and Norwich. Live look outside there where we have that wet roads. Make sure you take it slow because hydroplaning will be a concern this morning. Tim and Erica, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thanks so much. Well, this morning, students, parents, and teachers in Enfield are devastated after the Board of Ed there passed a budget for next year that comes with steep cuts to staff and programs.
Yeah, the budget's more than $9 million short of what some people say the district needs to be fully funded. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live in Enfield this morning. Brooke, how did some people at the meeting take the news yesterday?
Well, even before the Board of Education passed that budget 7-2, a lot of the parents and teachers in that room were crying and holding up signs. It was just a very, very emotional evening in that meeting. Many of those teachers that were in the room at the time say that their positions are the ones that are being cut by this, even after years and years of service in this district. The Enfield school budget issue is something that's gone back and forth for several weeks now. It appeared the spending plan would come up several million short, and many were expecting about a $6 million gap. But when it was all said and done, the new budget came in $9.5 million short. This means 130 staff members will be laid off. All of the middle school and 9th grade sports programs will be cut, and many services to help those students with special needs will be shut down. Now, due to the cuts, every class size across the district will increase to an average of about 28 kids per classroom. Only 2 of those members voted against the budget, saying the cuts hurt the kids more than anybody else here, while some of the other members say too much money was already being put into the education budget. Teachers telling us last night they're confused by and disappointed with how this district ended up in this position.
It's really sad that people who don't know what goes on in the classroom are the people who are in charge of making all of these decisions. And I'm hoping that everybody on the Enfield Town Council who voted to not fund what we need comes and volunteers in my classroom when I need a day off because I'm just overwhelmed and overworked.
And just to really put into perspective how big of a deal these cuts really are, back in 2010 was the last time the Enfield School District had layoffs, and even then, it was only 27 faculty positions. Live in Enfield, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Hi, Brooke, thank you for that report. An East Haven man has a court date next month to face charges of animal cruelty. This is after a video went viral. It's a video of a man kicking a dog on a leash, and we are about to show it to you in a second, so please turn away if you think you'll find it upsetting. It happens a couple seconds into the video here. Now, police said this video shows 69-year-old Salvatore Fallo kicking the dog on Memorial Day near Dodge Avenue in East Haven. The woman who recorded the video said she also saw the man beat the dog with his leash. So she took the video straight to animal control, and police arrested Fallo on Tuesday.
I hope that they never allow them to own an animal again, because they shouldn't be considered property. They're like living beings, and you know, it's sad to me that poor animal can't speak up for itself.
Now, police said the dog's name is Enzo. Animal control officers told us he's got no visible injuries or any broken bones, but they are keeping him at the vet for now so they can address some other medical conditions. Fallo faces 2 counts of animal cruelty. He's due in court next week. New this morning, the suspect accused of killing 2 teens in Hartford earlier this month is set to appear before a judge today.
Yeah, police arrested the man yesterday. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is live in Hartford now with more details. Lindsay.
Hi, good morning. Police arrested 25-year-old James Chaney from Plainville. Now, he's set to face a judge this morning. He's being charged with murder. He's being held on a $1 million bond. This after 2 teens, 16-year-old Levante Brown and 19-year-old Aiden Davis, were shot and killed on Hendrickson Ave in Hartford earlier this month. Police say the teens were found unresponsive in the stairwell at Dillon Place Apartments. Police spent weeks investigating and just arrested Chaney yesterday. He's being charged with both murder and reckless endangerment. It's been a difficult few weeks here in the city of Hartford after these shootings. Family and friends of the victims had a vigil to honor the young lives lost. Family members spoke to our Fox 61 cameras, outraged that the gun violence in the capital city is continuing to take their loved ones away.
I lost my son through gun violence, and on the same end of town too, the south end. My nephew isn't doing too well. You know, he was shot.
It really needs to stop. You know, it really does. You know, we've been dealing with, you know, some trying some times in our neighborhoods with these kids and these guns, and you know, with the illegal firearms.
That arraignment is set sometime this morning here at Hartford Superior Court. You can stay with us on air, online, and on Fox 61 Plus as we follow what happens inside that courtroom today. Live in Hartford this morning, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Hi, Lindsay, thank you.
All right, well, Hartford police also arrested 28-year-old Brian Jones. They say he was the man who shot and killed Angel Martinez on Lime Street last summer. Jones is being held on an $800,000 bond. And we are learning more about a quadruple shooting in Waterbury. Police say 2 of the victims are still in the hospital, one of them with life-threatening injuries. 4 men between the ages of 19 and 25 were shot on Mitchell Avenue Tuesday night. Police believe the shooting started during a fight. There's no word on any suspects or arrests.